And school safety on the mind of lawmakers at the state capitol. The Georgia House today advances a bill requiring schools to install weapons detection systems at entrances. House Majority Leader Chuck F. Stration says this provides an added layer of protection.
This bill builds on existing school safety plans and legislation that's been passed to provide local school systems with available grants so that these decisions are made on the local level.
The bill does not require a specific type of system, but instead gives districts the flexibility to choose. The measure now goes to the state Senate. 52 degrees in Atlanta, getting back into the 60s tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A push under the Gold Dome to address problems with literacy in Georgia.
Reading helps you dream bigger, helps you dream better. It takes you to places that you couldn't necessarily go when you're sitting and reading that book in front of you.
House Education Committee Chair Chris Irwin says legislation approved by the House is a comprehensive measure that includes funding for literacy coaches to help students in kindergarten to third grade and encourages parents to start their kids a year earlier. Data shows 60% of Georgia's third graders cannot read on grade level. A fifth suspect turns himself in to face charges in connection with a shootout near a Covington Circle K gas station, which damaged a fuel truck. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says 18-year-old Bryce Blair is now in custody. 4 other suspects, ages 17 to 21, are already facing charges in the case. President Trump's State of the Union address tonight will include some emotional moments.
You're going to hear the president share tear-jerking stories of American heroes, past and present, who really exemplify what it means to be a patriotic American. He'll obviously tout the administration's accomplishments over the past year.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the president says the speech will be long because he says we have so much to talk about. You can hear the speech live tonight at 9 o'clock on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. A new video message from Today Show host Savannah Guthrie more than 3 weeks after her mother Nancy's disappearance.
We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves.
The Guthrie family now offering a $1 million reward. It is 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, here's Alex Williams.
Watching a stall in Marietta, 75 northbound, North Marietta Parkway, exit 265. It is blocking the center lane. Georgia State Patrol behind it to protect it. You're already slow behind that, back toward Delk Road and Windy Hill. Heads up in Sandy Springs, a left lane crash, 400 northbound before Northridge Road, exit 6. Delays back to Abernathy. And a crash on I-20 westbound into DeKalb County. Been there quite a while. Can't see what lane's blocked, but nonetheless, it is stacked up that ride back to the mall at Stonecrest. Might want to think about Covington Highway as a bypass around that. Heading into downtown, that ride's filling in as well. 75-85 southbound, 17th Street down to Cortlandt Street. Northbound brake lights already prominent from I-20 up to Peachtree Pine Street. From the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly sunny skies today, not quite as cold with a high of 52. Partly cloudy for tonight, lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, breezy, high 65. Climbing into the 70s on Thursday as rain showers and a few thunderstorms roll through.
49 in Marietta, 53 in Snellville, and 51 in Riverdale. More news at 3:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I'm your host, Eric Von Hessler. Surrounded by my friends / the Doctrinaires. Tim Andrews is here, Autumn Fisher is here, George Clark is here, Jared Yamamoto is here, and Jared, I think as we start this one, I believe that vis-a-vis the open mic, we have some advice for the host of the show that you are currently listening to.
Good afternoon, Atlanta. This is David S. up here in Johns Creek. Eric, hopefully you had a great weekend. You're well rested. One item today, just stay positive, no ranting and raving, and you'll make it a great week. We love it. No ranting, no ravings. Let the lefties be left, the righties be right, and have some fun. See ya.
Great advice is what I try to do. It's hard to stay on those rails.
Can't you rave a little?
Well, that's the thing. And then I've got people like Shelley Winter. Their favorite Eric Von Hessler is, I love it when you rant and when you rave. And George Clark gets disappointed when we just do a comedy show and we never get to.
You're being pulled in all different directions here, Eric.
It really is.
A lot of audio you can play.
All the stuff from Europe and everything. But in spirit, I agree with that, and I try every day to have that kind of show. But it's sometimes also you have to have a little grit in the show. The show can't just be milquetoast. Hey, you want to become? We don't want to become one of those radio shows where, we talk about how. My wife gets mad because I leave the toilet lid up or something like that. I mean, it's just, I suppose on surface level, people
Mine
can relate
gets
to
mad
that.
because I put it down.
Well, here we go. Now we got a full-on radio show.
How do you
go.
feel? Call now. 404-872-0750.
I think it's masculine. I like it.
What is a rave and what is a rant? What is the difference between why are they similar?
Rave has glow sticks.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Well,
it's
not that kind of
it's
rave.
it's not a
raving mad? Or?
Yeah, he means raving. You mean raving?
That's the physical manifestation of the rant.
Yes, yeah, and the rant is obviously it's coming from a place of anger, and I do not like myself after I have that kind of show. And then but there is this contingent of the audience and peers that will give me more compliments after a show like that than any other show. But it's not what I want the show to be on a normal basis.
All right,
I want people to enjoy it. But there are problems in this world, and they do have to be addressed. The thing for me is if I'm doing it doesn't mean never deal with things that are troublesome. It means, am I doing it from humor? Am I actually objectively analyzing something, or is it coming from anger? That's when I feel bad, is when I get kind of lash out, because then I'm like, well, you're not helping at all. You're just the 9 billionth person with a microphone lashing out and yelling. What is that going to do? So I'm with the person in spirit and know that I am trying. But it's kind of difficult.
So we'll move on to World Spa Day then, right? That's what today's National Day is.
Okay, well, that's what we need to do a radio show about.
It's
World
Twin
Spa
Peaks Day, too.
Is it Twin Peaks Day? Is this the day that it
The
started?
restaurant?
No. Yeah, come on down. We got boobs. No, I believe today is the day in the lore when Laura Palmer died.
Oh, really? This was the night at the train tracks.
I think so.
Out there with the in the train car, and
I see it's trending.
it was a very, very it was an ugly situation.
Yes.
Gotta tell you that it was a very ugly situation. One we really can't get into the plot details on
Right.
a family-oriented show like this. But I do believe when you said that thing about Twin Peaks, the restaurant, I think that was David Lynch's first pitch for the show.
Oh, yeah.
We got both.
Like a hot lady
Not
place.
only is the coffee good, but we have hot ladies with boobs.
So, happy Twin Peaks Day. Well, you wouldn't say that. This is a fictional character who was murdered on this day. What's so happy about that? The fact that she was fictional, I guess. And it didn't really happen
Right.
in real life, I suppose.
And
That's
she
what we-
ended up being alive anyway.
Huh?
Nothing.
What, excuse me?
I didn't spoil anything.
What are you doing?
Oh,
are
wow.
you ruining
Wow.
the 30-year trajectory of following the
I don't
story?
remember what I said. We improvise, and it just goes.
I don't even know if and is that really true? You have to ask yourself the question, is that even really true? Because once we start getting into other dimensions,
Yes.
and things like that happening, well, the dimension that we're in, is she?
Well, are you in another dimension?
Well, they say that that's a lot like me.
Yeah.
That, you read these things, it's like, well, in another dimension, there's another you, and they're like 90% like you, but they're a little bit different. And I don't really understand that. And when I watch these science programs, I'm like, are you speaking theoretically? And the math says that this is a
it's
possibility?
absolute truth.
Or there's like a whole bunch of copies of me out there?
Yes.
Boy, there's probably one version where the show is just awful on a daily basis.
Celebrity birthdays. By the way, George Thorogood, 76 today.
George Thorogood.
Yeah.
All right, you're really trying to ruin my show. Nothing against George
Floyd
Thorogood.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
One bourbon, one scotch,
And one beer. That's a cover, by the way.
I know.
John Lee Hooker, I think. Can you look it up? George Clark, was it John Lee Hooker who first did that? It was some blues legend. Perhaps it was Leadbelly.
Perhaps.
And why was he called Leadbelly? Could he drink a lot and he could
Probably.
handle it?
He could
Sounds
handle
like
eating
it.
a lot of food.
He liked. Did Didn't he write Midnight Special?
I don't know.
I think that he did.
I'm just going to say I don't know because
Well-
when I don't know, sometimes I say I know, and then I get busted.
then-
This is what the first hour is about. This is
We
Eric
ask questions.
asks questions.
We ask
I
questions.
want to know. Like I hope you guys don't mind, but you're my personal Google search. I expect that I'm going to be able to make
Like,
queries.
I need to start the show because I got questions.
I got questions.
Yeah.
It's a
I got-
1953's blues song written by Rudy Toombs and recorded by Amos Milburn.
Well, there you go. There you go. See,
Rudy
we learned
Toombs.
something.
We were close.
We learned something. However, Leadbelly. Now, which one are we talking about here? Are we talking about Midnight Special? Or are we talking about?
One bourbon, one.
That's
scotch.
right. I'm getting confused. I believe that Leadbelly, you can look this up, did write Midnight Special, but I could be wrong. And that's the point of hour one, right?
Asking
Autumn, is
questions.
that we ask questions. There's nothing bad about finding out that you're wrong. You didn't find out you were wrong. What you did was you found out the truth.
Yeah,
And
you
that's the
learned
impo-
something.
You
Yeah.
learned. And
That's how I learn everything.
yeah.
I may have been wrong, but I learned the truth.
See, I thought you were learning through deep reading of. You
Oh,
you
yeah.
strike me as a fella
Yeah.
who
I have a
can't
lot
get
of
it.
books. A lot of books.
Yes.
Midnight Special, written by Leadbelly.
All right. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Is he the one
I-
that sold his soul in the crossroads?
No. That was
Which one's
Robert
that?
Johnson, I believe.
Yeah.
Look that up. Was that Robert Johnson? That was Robert Johnson.
It was,
No, Leadbelly was he was the singer, and he got he got pardoned by the governor. I think he was in for murder or something like that, and then he like played for the governor, and the governor pardoned him. But then I think he got in trouble again.
Sounds
to
like
write
a
another
Charlie
song.
Sounds like a Charlie Daniels song.
Well,
Charlie
it was-
Daniels had to fight the devil with a violin.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't Charlie Daniels didn't do the fighting. Charlie Daniels.
Oh, he told
was-
the story.
He told the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't autobiographical.
No, I don't think it was him. Yes.
Leadbelly does have a legal issues section of his Wikipedia.
Oh yes, okay. He, I believe at one point he actually played a song for the governor of whatever it was, Louisiana, Mississippi,
that up.
Texas.
Texas, and was given a pardon or something along those lines. There's a movie, and I saw it in the 70s. It was a long time ago, but it must have-
Recall, Eric.
It
Recall
stuck
it.
with me a little
Come
bit.
on.
Look it up, George.
Yeah, what's the name of the movie?
What,
about?
what movie did Eric see?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did perform,
Google
and
that.
he did he got credited with good behavior.
Oh, there you go. So he got out early. He didn't get pardoned. He got out early. But then I think he got in trouble again a little bit later. It was a tough time to be traveling the circuit, the blues circuit. And I don't even know what years we're talking about. Are we talking 40s, 50s, 30s, 40s? I think 30s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was released in the 20s, and then in 1930, he tried to stab a guy.
See, there you go. It got in trouble again. But, we don't know the context.
Tried.
Let's
That
be
means he
fair.
didn't.
Yeah, he failed.
Well, he attempted to murder him. He may have stabbed him.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
So
two
battery.
things. There's two things this dude was good at.
Singing and stabbing.
Singing and stabbing.
Yes, performing
Not murder.
and
He was bad at murder.
Maybe it was
getting-
part of his
Although I
act.
think the first time he was in may have been for murder. I'm not sure.
Guys, it was part of his act.
I'm not sure.
Ah,
It really
yes, he did kill a relative.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Let me
But
tell you
what
something.
did the relative do?
Good question. Good question. And also, here's the thing. The audience very well behaved at a Leadbelly concert.
Yeah.
They never knew. We don't want to.
I'm going to kill you.
want to
if you
upset
don't
this guy.
shut up.
there was not a lot of heckling at a Leadbelly show. So let's look at the bright side of things. Although it's not easy, the story I heard Bill Caiaccio talking about as I got in, this is stunning to me, and I think it's a real problem. And I'm not going to rant about it, but I'm just going to say
Rave a little.
maybe a slight raving, but no full tilt rant. So in the state of Georgia, I guess they just passed some kind of, they're creating the Georgia Council on Literacy to boost reading rates in the state. And the reason is because, shockingly to me, I have to assume most people listening are apathetic to this because it's been allowed to happen. My children are grown. Only about 1/3 of fourth graders read proficiently in the state of Georgia. 1/3. So 2/3 can't. And over half, in case there's trouble with math as well for the kids, that's 50%. Over half of 8th graders lack proficiency to be able to read at their level. And so now we're starting something called the Georgia Council on Literacy. And I just have to ask myself the question, why didn't we need that in the 40s or the 50s or the 60s or the 70s or the 80s or the 90s? It's easy to blame teachers, but this is too big. I think, to put on the shoulders of teachers. I went and looked at some outside of the state of Georgia, just sort of nationally. Turns out the reading and writing skills of more than half of adults, 54% to be exact, don't come up to even 6th grade level. That's 2024. Nearly 21% of the adult population is considered illiterate. They have trouble putting their ideas together in writing or even using basic grammar. And you might go, because George asked, well, we got a lot of non-English people. Everything that I'm reading is not saying English. They're saying literate. The ability in any language to put their ideas down on paper in any kind of proper sense or read. And I have to say, I think that, yeah, teachers have to take something on the chin for this. But I would imagine being a teacher now is really, really just like, you know, the one student with the one thing becomes the whole class has to, you know what I mean? Like if I was a teacher, I'd see a lawyer standing behind every student, which is not the way that I grew up.
They're always walking on eggshells.
Yeah. My mother, I've said this before, and it's kind of made up a little bit, but it's getting to the real spirit of it. If there was some problem at school and they hadn't figured out who did it, and I wasn't a suspect already, I think my mom would just pick up the phone and call the principal and say, have you thought about my son? Yeah, he may, he's not exactly perfect. And I feel like today, teachers just deal with parents who know that their child is not wrong. And then after a while, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with this anymore. I'm just going to agree with the parents. There's nothing wrong with your child's special. Your child's unique. Your child is great. Your child is wonderful. And who gives a damn about all these statistics that we used to care about?
Can't read, but it's perfect and special.
Yeah, perfect, special, and very good at experiences, which a lot of dumb people have decided is the coin of the realm now.
Well, say what you want, though. We had a principal who never spanked anybody, but he had a paddle.
Yeah.
Now, he never hit anybody, ever. He was the nicest guy.
But
he had a paddle. You'd see it. He'd come to the lunchroom, everyone. And he was the president. He was the leader.
Yeah.
And just the idea of, I don't want to get paddled.
Yeah.
And then I don't want my parents to get mad at me. We all behaved.
I think the difference there is, and I don't think you need a paddle, but I get what you're saying. I think the difference there is that it's more that the teachers fear the parents now than the kids fear the parents.
Right.
Because the parents are not, we're just not moving into, hey, yesterday was getting there and today is adulthood and that's every day in the future now. Doesn't mean I can't have fun. Doesn't mean on the weekends I can't put my feet up, can't party, whatever. But a kid dropped out of me. And so now what I need to know is that's the priority now. That's the most important thing. The reason I'm taking this off of being totally on teachers' shoulders is that it is a parent's job to make sure their child is educated. The school is an adjunct. The school is an add-on. The school, in your mind as a parent, should be there to help you educate your child. But it's on you to educate your child or do the things you can't teach them everything. You're not an expert, but to make sure that your child is educated, not to make sure that your child gets on the bus in the morning. And then, okay, now I go do my thing.
Yeah,
and I think we got way too much of that.
Now it's their responsibility now. It's the school's responsibility now.
And people say, oh, it's hard. It is hard. Parenting is hard. It's always been hard. But you either embrace it or you say, well, we got the Department of whatever, and that's going to help out. Yeah, help out. Help out. But if your kid gets to 18 and they can't read, that's not the school's fault. It's yours as a parent. How dare you allow your child to be 18 and not be able to write an essay?
Free tutors everywhere are available, by the way.
Sure. And it's just a matter of priority. And I know I'm sounding like, but in my day and all of this.
Well, there's a lot of...
If your children cannot read, it becomes a billion times more difficult for them to be successful. Now, maybe one of them is just going to be good at some sport or something, but do you know how rare that is? In reality, you have to read. I will tell this story again because I think it's important. My mother was born in the poorest section of the metro area that she was born in, Rochester, New York. When you lived where she lived, at a certain section of the Genesee River, they were referred to by everybody else as river rats. They were the bottom of the bottom. And so she's going to school. My mother was born in 33, I think, 32. She's going to school late 30s, 40s. Even though she was from the poorest of the poorest of the poorest, she went to school all her life, perfect handwriting, absolute command of the English language, grammar, where the comma's supposed to go, where the colon's supposed to, all of that.
Semicolon?
Semicolon, she was on it.
Those are tough.
She was on it. And she was born into the poorest of the poor area. People had no respect for the river rats that lived along Genesee River. And in Rochester, New York in the 1940s, I guarantee you they didn't have, the Georgia or the New York State Literacy Council that made sure that all this happened. You went to school for a reason. You weren't at school because mom and dad have to work. You went to school for a reason. And the students were held accountable, and the teachers were held accountable if the students weren't learning. Who can say we're not just warehousing kids? Are there good schools? Of course. Are there good students? Of course. But in the overall, who believes that we're not warehousing kids by sending them to schools and then saying, well, the school gave it their best shot. I guess that's all that can be done.
Yeah,
and that's it.
It's babysitting, basically.
To a certain degree.
And to your initial point about parenting coming in there and being the schooling, the primary schooling that's needed, I mean, even just telling your story about your mom there, like I remember with my dad and stepmom, they would take moments out of the week where the TV would be off in the living room and they would both have books they would be reading, and they would say, hey, Jared, come on, why don't you come read a book with us? And we would all read a book together.
And that goes generational.
It really does. And like it teaches you to enjoy time without the TV on at the time. I know that was, years ago now, but there's
Impossible.
so many.
Now it's screens.
Well, there's so many distractions now. But I mean, now, looking back at it, I used to be like, I don't know if I really want to read, but I would pick up the book and I'd get into it, and it really did help me.
That is generational, because in my mother's river ratty, kind of life, her father did read like crime novels and things like that. So she wanted to be close to her father, so she loved sitting at his, like he would be in the chair and she'd be on the floor or whatever when she was a kid, and they'd both be reading at the same time. And then I grew up seeing my mother, who was reading constantly. Now, here's the thing about my mother. She was not reading Dostoevsky and Shakespeare and Tolstoy. She was reading crime novels and, celebrity autobiographies and all this. But I always saw my mother reading. And that's how I get to some pretty heady favorite authors. Difficult reads, on purpose, on my own, not an assignment. In the mid-90s, just saying to myself, boy, everybody mentions War and Peace. I'm just going to go read that MFer so that I know what the hell people are talking about. And you know what I found out? There's a reason they talk about it 100 years later. It's a page turner. It's great. It's fantastic. Would I have thought it was fantastic if I did it as an assignment? Maybe. But I didn't do it as an assignment.
It's more fun to read on your own than to be told what to read.
Yes. Now you
but
need assignments.
You get surprised, though, when you get it assigned a book. I don't want to. Oh, yeah. I like this.
My goodness.
Flannery O'Connor was my exposure to that. I remember I was
wow.
Like, why would I read that? And
a lot of the N-word.
Yeah, but it was I had an amazing English teacher in college. I guess a literature teacher and professor, and it was incredible. Like just how eye-opening that literature was.
Yes, and it's got levels to it. And I will say this, I believe when you look and you say, God, this society is just not quite. People don't seem to. It seems cruel, when the left is in power, they're canceling people and jumping up and down and celebrating the fact that, that person thinks differently and we canceled them and whatever. And then you get the right in power, and we've got what's going on now, where they went beyond canceling, started putting people in jail for writing editorials at school. And you wonder, where does this cruel streak in our politics, and our society come from. And my, I guess, theory on it is that we are becoming a post-literate society. You have to understand that when you read fiction, I'm not even talking about reading, about politics or about society or philosophy. When you just read simple fiction, right? You are by nature putting yourself into another person's shoes, and you are seeing the world through another character that's not you, and if you do that enough and you're reading different stories and you're putting yourself in other people's shoes, it's kind of like, without going out of your garden, you can know the ways of heaven kind of thing. You can learn after a while that, oh, I get it. I'm not just the star of my movie. Everybody is the star of their own movie. And then I can start putting together some associations. And what I do is I build empathy for those who are not me or like me, look like me, act like me, vote like me, listen to the music because I have read so many stories in my life and put myself into the shoes of characters that I have nothing in common with and seen the world through their eyes. And we're losing that. That's just a theory on my part, but we are losing. I think we are sliding into a post-literate society, and the cruelty that you see out there, I would blame somewhat on that.
Whilst wondering how in the world to go on without you.
Get any size furnace for just $59.99 a month with an unbeatable lifetime warranty. And ask about clean air upgrades by calling Reliable Heating and Air. Visit ReliableAir.com today.
Fall in love with Terrifying Jewelry's amazing collection of designer brands such as Roberto Coin, De Beers Forever Mark Diamonds, and their collection of fine Swiss watches from Rolex, Tudor, and Tag Heuer. Treat yourself and your loved ones to a special gift from Terrifying Jewelry Company in Buford.
The word Delbar in Farsi means beloved, and that's what Delbar Middle Eastern Restaurant is all about. Serving Mediterranean dishes from wood-fired grilled meats, seafood, and chicken to their iconic basmati rice. Delbar is an unforgettable experience.
I'm Faris Kargar, and I'm the owner of Delbar Restaurants, and I personally invite you guys to come in and experience our Persian hospitality to capture your heart and enjoy a memorable experience.
See what the buzz is all about. Visit one of their 3 Michelin Guide recommended Delbar restaurants. Google Delbar Atlanta today.
A DUI conviction could cost you your career, threaten your way of life, and even compromise your future job prospects. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. With all this on the line, trust only the best. George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in AMCO just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to AMCO.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned AMCO near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA
MCO.
Who doesn't want their plumbing, roofing, HVAC, you name it, job done right for the right price? I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. 2.5 million happy TrustDale customers can't be wrong. Book your next project to get my free $10,000 Make It Right guarantee only at TrustDale.com.
Been wanting a new deck for your home? Something that's built just the way you want it? But you're scared to pull the trigger? I can help you with that. Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. Right now, Ben Hill Renovations are offering special financing. No interest if you pay in full within the 18 months promo period. You're welcome. Visit bhrenovations.com today and schedule a free design consultation at your home. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, with data showing 60% of Georgia's third graders can't read on grade level, the Georgia House approves legislation to address problems with literacy in the state.
This has to be an effort out of everyone in this state. This doesn't need to be an effort out of just some people or just our educators. We need to have everybody supporting the effort.
House Education Committee Chairman Chris Irwin says the comprehensive measure includes funding for literacy coaches to help students in kindergarten through third grade and encourages parents to start their kids a year earlier. At the Colin Gray trial in Barrow County, the sister of the alleged Appalachia High School shooter takes the stand. She's 14 years old and is testifying about her brother not going to school and how their father, Colin Gray, was stressed over his son's mental issues. The boy's father, Colin Gray, is facing 29 felony counts connected to the school shooting in Barrow County, which left 4 people dead and 9 injured. 4 people are dead after a mass stabbing in Washington State. Correspondent Alex Stone reports the suspect is also dead.
When calls began coming into the Pierce County Sheriff's Office southwest of Seattle, callers said an adult man had come to a home in violation of a no-contact order, but deputies say that order had not yet been served, and when they arrived, they found the man stabbing multiple victims outside of the home. It appears to have been a domestic violence incident. A deputy arrived and fired shots. The stabbing suspect was shot and killed. 4 adult victims also died.
Members of the gold medal winning U.S. men's hockey team are expected to attend tonight's State of the Union address. House Speaker Mike Johnson says they had to work out the logistics to find enough room.
Millions of people watched those games across the world. And what a great moment it was for America. And it reminded us that we're all on the same team.
The women's hockey team was also invited but couldn't make it due to scheduling commitments. It is 3:32. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Better news in Marietta. Bill, stalled big rig has cleared 75 northbound at North Marietta Parkway, exit 265. Slow behind it, though, still from 285. Crash still working in the left lane in Sandy Springs, 400 northbound before Northridge Road, exit 6. That's got you stacked up back to the perimeter as well, just trying to head up toward Roswell and Alpharetta. If you're traveling 400 northbound in Forsyth County, looks like we got some trouble up around McFarland Parkway, exit 12. I will check on that. I-20 westbound into Cobb County, long-standing crash, been in a travel lane right before Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68, and it's got you jammed up leaving the mall at Stonecrest out of Lithonia. From the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly sunny skies today, high around 52, lows tonight in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, breezy at times, but warming to the mid-60s, climbing into the low 70s on Thursday as scattered rain showers return.
49 in Cartersville, 51 in Sugar Hill, and 52 in Locust Grove. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hi, it's Dale from TrustDale.com. I've trusted America's Best Choice for more than a decade for windows, doors, siding, decks, and roofing. Their exclusive 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, protects you if something goes wrong.
Thanks, Dale. At America's Best Choice, we deliver the best exterior solutions that provide long-term value for your home. Schedule your free in-home estimate now at abcwin.com. No pressure, no gimmicks. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Why does it matter that D. Geller & Son is Atlanta's first diamond wholesaler? Because we get first dibs. When diamonds come to Atlanta, they come to D. Geller & Son first. A bunch of diamonds that look the same on paper, but there's about 1 in every 10 that you can see from across the room. So we keep the good one, we pack the rest back up, and they go somewhere else, usually a big box store that's not quite as picky. That means the same color, same clarity, and same price gets you more brilliance, more sparkle, more bang for your diamond buck at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Online at dgeller.com.
Georgia Power is here for you with programs, tools, and incentives that lower your bill. But we also have a few ways you can save right now. Unplug devices like TVs when they're not being used, or use a power strip you can switch off. Make sure you're only using the lights you need. Change out your HVAC filter and make sure your vents are clear. Set your thermostat at 68 for max efficiency, but every degree closer helps. Because everything we save on energy can be better spent being there for the people we care about. Visit GeorgiaPower.com for more energy-saving tips.
Happy 30th anniversary to the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air. This is Scott Slade. 3 decades keeping families like mine comfortable. And you can stay comfortable this winter with the Ragsdale Free Furnace February offer. When you purchase the new Carrier home comfort system, you'll receive the new furnace for free. And that'll include Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. 11,000 reviews with a 4.9 Google rating mean you can trust Ragsdale for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
Hey guys, are you striking out in the bedroom? Because pills like Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra just don't work anymore. Here's how Choice Men's Health is solving PE and ED issues. Meet Dr. Katz, the expert in men's health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Choice Men's Health offers safe, custom-blended medications designed to fit your needs. There is no pain or surgery. It doesn't matter how old you are or if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues. Not a problem. It's safe and affordable for everyone. You'll see results in 15 minutes guaranteed, or you don't pay anything. Solve the problem of ED and PE now.
For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are free. Call 404-383-4419. That's 404-383-4419 to claim your initial consultation and first treatment for free. Call Choice Men's Health now. 404-383-4419.
I can't open this story because Urbanize wants me to create. I don't know if it's going to cost me anything, but they want me to create an account. And you know what? Nothing against Urbanize, but I really have gotten to the point in my life where I just think no more accounts being opened anywhere, or very few. I think, as the internet rolled into our lives in the early 2000s and then through the 2010s, it was like, open an account. Now, I've got so many accounts open that I don't use, that I never go back to.
Oh, we'll just get the Urbanize app then. Don't make an account.
Nah, come on over to Ruralize. We don't ask for none of that. You just enjoy the story.
Just go in there and just meet you down at the...
we make money from advertisers the old-fashioned way. We don't need your data.
I'm going to go to Ruralize. The story is that Beltline vows... I like the way that this is written, this headline. Beltway vows support for world-class transit network eventually. And I know that you're all about the Beltline. Now, I was able to read this story once before they locked me up. And
it's a big deal.
They mentioned, so the idea is to have driverless shuttles that are going to go from...
There's going to start a driverless shuttle program down from the west end to the University Center where Morehouse is and everything down to that area. And they're going to start construction on the south part of the Beltline. So you're talking about your Grant Parks, your Ormwood, West End. And the reason why this article came out...
Is this rail at some point?
Yes,
or
this will be light rail. That's where it's going to start.
Is it driverless rail?
That'd be great.
Is it AI rail? Because I think it can't be good going into the future unless there's some element of AI in it.
We need some AI in there.
Absolutely.
I
can't live without it.
I'll reach out to the Urbanize team and confirm whether or not it is AI rail or not.
I'm sure there'll be some of it in there.
Make sure you give them all your information first.
But it's funny. This article, seriously, this article really carries water for the Beltline because back in, I guess, the fall of last year, it came out that there was some backdoor meetings going on behind the scenes because initially they were going to put light rail on the Beltline over where Pond City Market is, Krog Street over in that area.
Sure.
But we don't know what businesses said, we don't want it over there anymore.
Right.
You need to put it on another part of the Beltline.
Now, why would that be? Why would a business say we don't want rail?
Well, because they maybe
on our part, because it would take time to construct and they'd lose business.
Yeah, they'd probably lose business. It's the most active part of the Beltline now. I mean, that's where that the bagel wars are happening.
The bagel wars.
Who's winning? Who's in the lead?
I think Pop-Up right now is in the lead.
My dearest Rebecca, these bagel days have been some of the hardest without you.
I tried a schmear that did not taste to my liking.
Dispatches from the bagel war. I think we'd all agree
It
that
tickled me when they had the sesame bacon.
we can all agree that no one's really winning in a war, are they?
Well,
for heaven's sakes.
I'm telling you, Emerald City's local. That's what I have to say to those that are all
so
about
you've taken
top-
a side.
I have taken
So
a side.
you've taken a side.
I'm Team
You're
Emerald
the problem.
City. I'm
Can't-
Team Emerald City.
Let me ask you. You know, it reminds me. These things can become quite personal. Many years ago, when I was living out in L.A., I would go to this coffee place, and this is, Starbucks is really going in it, but this isn't a Starbucks, but it's a kind of a chain. But I go there so often that I become, not friends, but friendly with, the manager. And I go in there so often, then, after a while, he's like, every once in a while, he's like, hey, that one's on the house, And then another really sort of boutique kind of coffee shop opened up across the street. And I wanted to check it out. I thought, well, it's another coffee shop.
Oh, you're cheating.
Let me tell you, I was busted.
Yeah.
So I go in there, I get my
have a spy
cafe
camera?
No, my cafe mocha. And then as I'm walking back down the street, I see the manager getting out of his car to go into his place, and he eyeballs me.
Oh.
And I mean, it's one of the side eyes that stuck with me for a very long time. Like, he was not happy. And I suddenly realized from his point of view, what an a-hole. Like, from his point of view, I'm giving this guy free coffee. He's a regular customer.
He had been treating you well.
Have you gone back in?
Huh?
Have you gone back into the original one? Or are you too embarrassed to go back in there?
This is back in L.A.
This is in
I'm
LA.
sorry.
This is literally 1990.
The question stands, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you.
No, I withdraw my question because it was stupid.
No, but the answer to the question is, at that point, I felt like I just never went back
You
in there
can't.
because I didn't want to face the guy because I kind of thought he was right, a little bit.
See, okay, this is where you and Tim hole up like this. I would say just go in there and apologize. But hey, I wanted to try it out. I know you
check it
guys have been
out.
good to me. Like,
Or
I'm
just
back.
don't say anything and just go wherever you want.
Good
no,
point.
of course,
Absolutely.
of
That's a good
course,
point,
and of course, I
they'll
believe
know.
it. But the thing is,
See,
I'll get in trouble with Daddy Coffee.
there was no, there was no time. I mean, there was no other places to go. So every time I went to this coffee shop, that guy was going to see me across the street. So, yes, I could have gone back in again, but it felt like it would be some iced coffee if I went back in there. And I don't like iced coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
extra ice.
Yes.
For
Who
his
likes
eyes.
ice? My son.
I don't like it.
My sons love iced
I mean,
coffee.
if you know you're going to be outside for a while, then
It
iced
grosses
coffee
me
is
out.
appropriate.
If,
It's
if
a
my
rip-off.
coffee, if my coffee even gets tepid, it goes in the mic.
Same.
Like, my coffee has to be hot to be good to me. I don't like, and I
So
think what it
there's
is
a
is-
difference
yeah.
in the chemistry of your coffee going cold versus being made to be cold. And I don't remember exactly what that chemical process is, but that's why
It's
cold
less
coffee
acidic.
from your mug tastes weird.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Versus an iced coffee.
And
But certainly
iced
there's a
coffee,
whole
the-
filtering thing that goes into iced coffee that doesn't.
The
that's
way
different.
they do it is they blend it, and they don't blend it, but they filter it in a certain way, like Autumn said, and it reduces the acidity. So when you're drinking it cold, it doesn't just taste like old coffee.
I think for me, what it is I just don't like coffee flavored things. I don't like coffee ice cream. I don't like, so to me, it's at that point you put ice in it and it's coffee flavored.
Yeah.
Whereas
I don't
want
like
coffee.
banana flavored things, but I love a banana.
Is that odd or what?
Just like your coffee.
I had a
Yeah.
banana for breakfast. Call now.
Now, are you are you mocking me, or do you really have a problem with bananas? Other than because I'm like that with onions. I got to tell you, I don't like to eat onions, but I love onion soup, and
You like 'em cooked.
I love onion rings.
I'll take any onion. I love onion.
Yeah, I don't like.
I'll bite into a red onion like an apple.
And the purple ones I'm not into.
Like with onion soup, I don't
Those are
slither them into my mouth.
See,
I like the flavor.
You guys need to face these. You need to face this. I think for you, Eric, when was the last time you had an iced coffee? Iced coffee.
I know. I don't.
When was the last time, though?
No, I don't.
When was it?
When
I'm
was
not
it?
going to make my.
When
what,
was it?
What is this? A persecution?
Yes.
Tell us how.
What is going
you are
on?
under oath.
Am
I'm
I?
with
was the
you.
last
I'm with you.
time?
I'm not going to I'm with you. Why bother? It's
I'm
also a
telling you.
waste. You have ice, and they charge you more, and then there's a big glass of ice, and they pour less coffee.
I
yeah,
agree
you
with you
have to say
guys.
white
I
ice
know
for sure.
from my youngest son
White
that
ice.
there's a whole science to this.
Yes.
That I appreciate, and it's wonderful.
Clearly not.
I think he stopped being really into coffee. I appreciate
Really?
the
You don't appreciate
I
it.
appreciate the process. I don't appreciate the
All those
final product.
scientists.
Hey, blow somebody's mind. Buy cold brew at the store. and then microwave it.
No.
Because it tastes different.
Tim, no.
That seems wrong.
That's what I did.
I had my youngest son went through a phase from his teens, probably to about 25 or so, where he knew everything about coffee, and so I learned a lot about coffee. And then I think at one point he realized this is making me very nervous. So he's at a certain point, if you're getting into coffee and you're drinking coffee all the time, and all of a sudden, why can't I fall asleep at 3:00 in the morning? It all kind of comes around. So that may be behind it. But in that phase, I learned a lot about the blending and the brewing and the blah, blah, blahing of all kinds of... Yes, I learned. You got to learn from your kids. Am I right? You learn from your kids, I'm sure.
I sure do.
Yeah, you got to learn from your kids. And
now that the horrible tariffs are behind us, we'll be able to afford coffee again.
Thank
like
goodness.
I've always been saying.
State of the Union tonight.
That's tonight. What time is that?
Let's talk about coffee. Sorry.
No. I'm not going to get mad. Don't worry.
All right.
It's at 9 o'clock. It's at 9 o'clock tonight here on WSB Radio.
And what did he say? He's going to be a very long.
He did say that. Let's see.
I'm making a speech tomorrow night, and you'll be hearing me say that. I mean, it's going to be a long speech because we have so much to talk about.
It's like nobody will be there.
Well, the Supreme Court has to show up.
Oh, he said he had something to say about the Supreme Court too.
I don't know. You know what?
Doesn't he just
I got to be honest with you. Before like 3 months ago, probably before the Maduro, it's just like I used to think it was funny to listen to him crack wise, but honestly, I don't anymore. Like, we'll make fun of him the way that it's supposed to be, but me appreciating his sense of humor, I'm just not in that mood anymore. I apologize, but I'm just being honest.
When the president heads to Capitol Hill, we've got it covered. The State of the Union. Beginning at 9 p.m. tonight, President Trump addresses a joint session of Congress.
Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation.
And you'll hear it all live, followed by Reaction with Shelley Winter. The State of the Union on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Georgia homeowners, quick question. When was the last time you paid full retail for anything? Not your TV, not your phone, not your car. So why are people still paying full retail for windows? Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and most homeowners don't realize this. Big window brands mark their prices up 30 to 50% just for the name. You're not buying better windows, you're buying their advertising budget. Here at Window Comfort, we cut out the brand tax and we go factory direct. That's how we deliver premium windows for thousands less. And to kick off 2026, we're making it stupid not to check. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, free installation, and no payments until 2028. Don't be the homeowner who paid full price. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. Go to windowcomfort.com and get your free, no-pressure estimate today.
Georgia has a special election, and there's one Republican you need to know about. Republican Brian Stover.
Who?
Republican Brian Stover. Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican in the race.
Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican in the race?
Yes, Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican. Stover founded a successful waste management business. Now he employs over 100 people. Like Trump, Stover's a businessman, not a politician. Stover is going to help President Trump take out the trash. He'll stand up for ICE, keep men out of girls' sports, and fight to bring down the rising costs.
Sounds like I'll be voting for pro-Trump Republican Brian Stover.
Christian, conservative, pro-Trump Republican, and trash destroyer, Brian Stover for Congress.
I'm Brian Stover, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Brian Stover for Congress.
Energy costs are a big part of any business budget. That's why Georgia Power is here to help you consume less and save more. With energy-saving tips like upgrading to more efficient appliances and installing LED lights to reduce energy use. Plus, we can help you optimize your heating and cooling for even more savings. Making the most of your energy doesn't just help your bottom line. It makes it easy to keep helping the people you're there for. Save more with Georgia Power. Visit georgiapower.com to get started today.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
Atlanta homeowners, your grades are in. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton of the Agency Atlanta, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate right here on 95.5 WSB. Each Saturday, my show covers Atlanta's residential housing market and all things real estate. I've been thrilled that so many WSB listeners have taken me up on my team's offer of a complimentary home report card. This is a customized analysis on your home, a secret weapon to get more when the time comes to sell. Know your home's strengths and weaknesses, learn how it stacks up against your competition, and the best time to sell. When it's time to move, you'll know how to net more money. Spring selling season has already started, so if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, let me send you the Agency Atlanta's free home report card. It's invaluable information, it's free, and there are no strings attached. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com today to connect with us at the Agency Atlanta. That's InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
So we just saw that you can, and I don't want to push a competitor here because, of course, the State of the Union will be aired here live.
For free.
For free at 9 p.m. Well, really pretty much everywhere for free. I mean, okay, maybe you pay for YouTube TV or something. I don't know. But basically, it's available for free. But I had no idea there's a thing called Truth Social Plus.
It's just called Truth Plus.
And so people give money to the Trumps to get some sort of pro version of Truth Social, which as far as I can understand, right now has one person posting things on it.
I think that's the case.
I don't know what the problem is.
Why it's so if I give you money and I have Truth Plus, I can watch the State of the Union speech on there tonight. But
you'll get unbiased commentary from people that align with your values.
Oh, you mean biased commentary that will
unbiased? Not like the liberals in the media and the progressives and all that crap on everything. This is great. I mean, you pay what is it, $29.99 a month?
You can get the Patriot package. You get the first 7 days free.
God, I'm so sick and tired. I am so sick and tired of the Patriot this and the Patriot that.
What about the Patriot Act? You love that.
Being a patriot cost $0. I mean, the whole thing, freedom is not free. I get that. But I mean, as far as money in your pocket,
like you and me.
in your pocket, it is $0 being a patriot. Doesn't cost money. It's just a point of view.
Well, if you want to hang out with other patriots, it costs.
The Patriot package.
Patriot butter, churned by real American patriots. Like, are you that simple that's
Virgin
the thing?
Republicans.
I could buy many different butter.
That's what it feels like.
Yes.
We get them young and they churn the butter.